Hello everyone, it is Jade from Boho Bookworm, and I feel the need to celebrate. Cheers. If you tuned into my last video where I mentioned I had an important meeting that I had to go to, well, I just had it a couple of days later because something went wrong with the first one, and I think it went really well. But anyway, I'm going to stop teasing you now because I can't tell you what is going on just yet. Plus, I'm jumping the gun because it might not happen anyway. But fingers crossed. Today's video is my December TBR, combined with the Thrill to the Weekend TBR, which is run from the 17th till the 19th of December, and it is hosted by Jacqueline, one of my favourite booktubers, Reading Riley, and Beth's All Booked. So this is just like a weekend readathon, and it sounds right up my street, and hosted by some amazing people that I really trust book-wise. There's a Discord chat, there's merchandise available. I don't know if it would ever arrive to me on time because I'm in England and they're all in America, but as far as I know, there are 2 challenges in this readathon. The first one is read a book about a serial killer. So I have decided to choose The Nothing Man by Catherine Ryan Howard. This is going to determine if I really hate Catherine Ryan Howard as an author, or if she's able to redeem herself, because yeah, her books really haven't been my cup of tea so far. So this is a book about this girl called Eve, and it sounds really, really good, so I'm really holding high hopes. It's about this girl called Eve who, when she's at the age of 12, she is the sole survivor from the serial killer attack that happens. So now that she's grown up, she is just desperate to find out who the serial killer was, or is. I mean, this person destroyed her entire life, so she needs answers. She's also written this memoir about the whole experience. So then there's this like supermarket security guard who has just started reading her memoir, and as he is reading this book, this like rage grows inside of him, because he's not just reading about the Nothing Man. He is the Nothing Man. He is the serial killer that slaughtered her entire family and destroyed her life. And as he's reading the book, he realizes how close Eve is coming to discovering who he really is. So he has no choice but to stop her before she finds out who he is. That sounds freaking fascinating. I really hope it's the book that just finally appeals to me from this author, because so far the ones that I've read have just sucked. So that is going to be my challenge for reading a book about a serial killer. The next one is a buddy read, and the book is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. And I saw this book on my Audible wishlist the other day, and I was like, what is this? And then I realized, oh, it's the buddy read. So for years, this author has struggled to articulate her experience with abusive same-sex relationships, which I think is quite a fascinating topic. So this is kind of a book diving deeper into those kind of emotions, and she writes it apparently with this like wit, and I don't know if it's humorous, or honestly I don't know much about this book at all. It's the buddy read pick. To be honest, is it a book that I would normally pick up by myself? Probably not, but I'm excited to give it a go and read along with these people because I love them and hopefully they love me too. The nice thing about buddy reads, you know, is you dive into the book and you have people to talk to about it straight away, and I don't have that often enough with the books I read, so I'm looking forward to just experiencing a novel with them, getting their thoughts and opinions, and just mingling with the community. The other books that I'm reading for December, I'm currently listening to Tender as the Flesh by Agustina, Bazterrica, which is translated from Spanish, I believe. And this book, man, I think I'm about 4 hours into the audiobook now. I have so many thoughts and so many feelings. It is one of the most disturbing, dark, just like, it just makes you want to throw up. It's a book about animal meat has become poisonous to humans due to this virus. So the government has made legalizing human meat a thing, And now humans are farmed and processed and slaughtered just like a squealing pig. And I'm listening to it on Audible, right? And it's really well done, because at points there's times where there's conversations being had between characters, and one of them is literally eating human flesh and is chewing. And I know it's just like, chewing something, but the fact that that they're eating human is just like, oh, I don't know, it's such a bizarre concept. It is a science fiction dystopia horror novel that I've really grossed out with, but it's oddly interesting as well. This one guy works at this local processing plant or whatever, slaughterhouse for human beings, and he eventually gets this like female of the finest quality meat, and then he realizes he can't actually kill her. Humans now, I think they can't learn anything. They're not getting taught things. They're just these kind of like zombie things that eventually get eaten, right? They don't know about emotions and can't speak or whatever, but I think he starts growing this kind of like attachment to her. And I think one day he lets her out by accident or forgets that he did. And then when he wakes up, she's like huddled into him or something, trying to keep warm. And he starts like stroking her shoulder and stuff. And I don't know, it's very weird, but yeah, I'm reading it and it is weird. That is what I have to say about that book. Cannibalism, yum. Then I am reading The Therapist by B.A. Paris, the physical book. It's currently next to my bath, so I can't show it to you right now, but I am freaking loving it. This is the author of Behind Closed Doors, a book that I bloody loved. And to be honest, I really thought that B.A. Paris was like one of my favourite authors. I think I even mentioned that in one of my previous videos. And then I was like looking at all the books I've read from this author and realised, okay, so yeah, I gave Behind Closed Doors a 4-star review out of 5, but all the others, The Breakdown, Bring Me Back, and The Dilemma, were all just 3-star books. I mean, so she's an auto-buy author for me, but actually, I haven't enjoyed her books that much. Weird. However, so far, this one is really, really enjoyable. It's about Alice and Leo, who move into this like gated community called The Circle, and they think like their dreams have come true. They got this house for an absolute steal. So Alice hosts this like welcoming drinks thing to get to know all the neighbours and stuff, and it becomes very clear that she's quite a timid person. She's not very confident and stuff. This guy gate crashes the party, and it's a really difficult place to get into without, living there. So that's a bit weird. Then it all comes out that there was actually a murder in their house, and Leo actually knew about it but didn't tell her. He was keeping it from her. Why? We don't know yet. But Alice has this connection to the name Nina, because Nina was her older sister's name and her older sister died. So she realizes the person that got murdered there was called Nina. So now she feels this massive connection with this woman, and turns out I think that she was this therapist. So she wants to investigate, but no one seems to want to tell her the truth, or is trying to keep the truth from her. So far, it is addictive, it's fun. B.A. Paris, because she is one of the first thriller authors I ever read, I just find her books kind of like coming home. I have a feeling that I'm going to absolutely fly through The Therapist. So, last night, I went on Amazon and it already arrived, The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. I can't wait for this book. I've been waiting for it to come out on Audible, but it's just not coming, so I was like, right, I have to do it, and I'm so happy it's finally here. Sally Hepworth is the author of The Mother-in-Law, which I freaking loved. And this book sounds fantastic. It says, Fern Castle works in her local library. She has dinner with her twin sister, Rose, 3 nights a week. She avoids crowds, bright lights, and loud noises as much as possible. Fern has a carefully structured life, and disrupting her routine can be ... dangerous. When Rose discovers that she cannot fall pregnant, Fern sees her chance to pay her sister back for everything Rose has done for her. Fern can have a baby for Rose. She just needs to find a father. Fern's mission will shake the foundations of the life she has carefully built for herself and stir up dark secrets that she long thought were buried. A thriller, twins, yes please, I can't wait. So this is going to be my physical book after The Therapist. I am still going to read House of Leaves as well. I don't know what keeps putting me, I think it's just the fact that I just can't stand horror books. They just drive me mental. So after again, like Kill Creek, just ugh. I will pick up House of Leaves eventually, and also The Book Thief, which apparently is a Christmas book. So if I fly, I mean this one's quite thin as well. If I fly through The Therapist and this, I might try The Book Thief, which, I don't know, a book about like World War II, I believe, and told from death's point of view. It sounds quite morbid and depressing. I don't know if it's a book that is for me, but it is one that I have wanted to read for years. So if not December, it will be read in 2022. Can you believe we're almost there? Anyway, I will leave the link to Thrill to the Weekend in the description box down below if you're interested in taking part, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to have before Christmas. That being said, I will talk to you all soon. Have a lovely day.